Hello and welcome, dearest. I'm GrandMaM, and I am back again because I want to do some testing with this. I got another one of those with the Born Pretty, and it is the Chameleon powder. And so I just did one video with sharing that and a bunch of other things because hey, we're on a squirrel day where I'm easily distracted at the moment, and my brain, so bear with me, is I'm having one of those days where you feel froggy. You wake up, you do the things you normally do, and for whatever reason you still kind of go, it's like being on cold medicine. You're kind of like, I'm not on cold medicine, but for some reason today I feel a little loopy. Anyway, so I had an idea that I wanted to see how this was going to work using this, because, hey, ideas just pop up like that. So I'm going to open this up very gently because I opened it before and now I've got, I find glitter everywhere in my house because it is just, I use these things and then they end up, yikes, everywhere. And like I said, this one is so full and so fine and easily picked up. I didn't even have to dump. I just stuck the jelly squishy stamper from Meteorology in there, and look what I got. Nice coverage. I mean, so it is pretty. It does work really well in, whatever you think you want to do. But I understand. Now, SheModern doesn't necessarily recommend that you use this as a base. But one of the things that Meteorology has done in their videos has said, if you have a certain shade that is a potential potentially that things will be seen through, so you want to use a polish or something that might not be full coverage, that if you use something underneath, that is going to give you your bottom base, so that the parts that see through when you are applying whatever you want on the other parts, it then it doesn't quite show through so much. So I'm going with that. I hope that explanation, let me know in the comments if that explanation made sense, and if not, I will retry. Okay, so I'm going to put these down, and this is my thing, is that I found these are the lint-free swipes that you can get that I absolutely love. I was getting these ones before, and these ones tend to leave more of a residue behind, but they work really well, and they work better, in my opinion, than the little cotton thingies, because the cotton thingies leave all those flyaway stuff. I have enough with the glitter and the dog that basically to have all the flyaways and things, so I liked those a lot better. But I found these ones don't leave those streaks and things. They work a lot better. And the thing is that when these ones are done, they're kind of done. But these ones, they soak up things in a way that I can put them down and just keep reusing them, so I don't have to use something else to protect my silicone base, so that I don't have to do so much cleanup after I'm done. And that's and I'm reusing them, so they're not going in the garbage. They're just getting reused. So I have quite a stockpile until they get really, really funky, and then I throw them away. So that's saving me more money. Hey, there you go. So on to why we're here, because it's one of those I digress today. Trying to figure out which one is going to be more of a full image to stamp with. I think I'll go with that one. So we'll go with this. And the thing I've noticed on this SheModern, which I am liking, I've only got 2 so far. I plan to end up with more. So this is the one I got before, was the Black Shifting Rosy Sticky Stamping Air Dry Polish from SheModern. And this one is a trip because it says Black Shifting. So I was thinking, well, you look at the bottle, hey, it's purple. I was expecting to get that payoff. No, it's not. It's a very, it's not a gray, it's not a black, it's kind of in the middle of the image that you get. But when you turn, you get the shifting, which is that purple. It is mind-boggling, but hey, okay. So this one is, because, you know, in honor of Halloween, this, I got the glow-in-the-dark, and this is the green diamond. They have a green other version, and I'm wondering if that one is clear. This one is not sheer. So what you put this over, you will see this image. Do I have it? Yeah, right here. You will. Okay, and here's another talking point. This is the image, the shading that it gives off, no matter what you use it on. So if you stamp with this, you have to, you know, be aware that this diamond white, this glitter is going to show. It's going to show over what you stamped. So as I stamped on this one on the previous video, you can see I stamped the image on the whole thing, but what you see on the top. Now, by the way, I did this yesterday. It's been close to, but not quite 24 hours, and it's still sticky. This stuff, this one is slightly sticky. This is a little bit sticky because there's not that much. This is completely still sticky a day later. So basically, and that's the purpose of the product. So I'm not dogging it. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just letting you know. Plan your mani. If you're going to use this from SheModern, they stay sticky for a very long time. And that is to give you absolutely plenty of time to work with your stamping. But this is still sticky, that in the sense of, and that's probably why my polish wore so quickly the other night, is because I used that. I used this on my nails. So it was coming off a lot faster because it wasn't completely sealed. I usually do a couple of coats. So basically, whatever you're going to use your SheModern over, you need to use your top coat, allow that to dry for a while. It's not a quick dry. Let it dry for, I would say, a good 30 minutes, and apply a second top coat. Or, you know, an hour. I mean, like I said, this stuff stays sticky, and it's this point, it's sticky enough that, see, you just saw it stuck to my finger. So at that point, it's still that stickiness to it that your mani could get damaged. So all your hard work, be mindful when you're using this stuff. You got a plan. And oh my god, I just spent time talking. But let's see, will this still work? Let's see how long we have. See, we are testing this out. Do I have a spare stamper? No, I don't. But you know what? We're going to see what we can do with this. Did it? No, it didn't. It didn't. Okay. And here's the other thing I was going to share. Is that, again, usually you can put polish. So I'll go ahead and do that now. Usually you can use polish and put it on a stamper such as this. And then, come back an hour later. And it will have dried. And this is the polish that I've used from Maniology, the polish that you get, even the Sally Hansen. Pretty much it will air dry out, and then you come back a little while later and you have what you could call either a sticker or a decal. Yay. With the SheModern, that's not, again, it takes a long time to dry. So when I tried to pick this up, because again, when you, the carbonation from my apple, in my last video I shared, I digressed yet again. Fanta has, I think there's 4 flavors that they have in special labels that in honor of Beetlejuice. It's taking over 30 years. I want to say it's like 32, 33 years since Beetlejuice came out. They now have done the sequel, so there's that. And this is I've tried the strawberry, and the strawberry is basically strawberry Fanta, so it's not a limited edition. But this is the Haunted Apple, and it's a spiced apple soda. If you didn't see my previous video, it's of strange, weird, undescribable flavor. But hey, go watch that one. Shameless plug. Anyway, the carbonation is kind of coming up. It's not a bad, it's just the first sip is, you're gonna hate it. At least I did. But like wine, and I'm not much of a wine drinker, but I know this at least, that if you take the first sip, then you take a second sip to kind of get the notes and the flavors and all that neat stuff. So this one, like I said, it's usually when you do the other polishes, you can come back later and pick it up and it'll be a single sheet. And this is just still gummy and goopy. And again, I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm just saying you can't pick it up to do it any other. So I'm going to see, will this... Hey, it does. It did. And it all came off. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, so hey, we discovered you can still do the decals. You just got to be a little... Oh, we munched it on that one. There's my scissors. Yes, I highly recommend these scissors from Maniology, but they are frickin' sharp. My finger still hurts with my owie boo boo that I did like over a week ago. My nails grow fast, my hair grows fast. My boo boos do not heal fast. I don't know why. So that's an interesting thing. There's a testing for you. Like I said, we're putting it through the paces. Each of these formulas, each of these colors and shades, well, they do different things that, you know, we got to figure out what they do. And let's see if we can mellow it out. Because, hey, I'm all about the exploration of the possibilities of things. And it did. It mellowed it out. So we're flooding it. We're basically putting a boatload of... The only thing I noticed is that polish on these sticks does not... Ugh. I can deal with the smell of the polish, but when you put it on the sticks and it's got to figure itself out, it comes off with some very awful... Ugh. So, there's that. Okay, so let's... Nope, we're not going to get that to come up. So we're going to have to clean that off. So now we have, see, and that's the one thing about this Born Pretty stuff I noticed. There's a lot of payoff. You don't need much of it, but man, it is. So that one is grandma approved because it is highly glitter. You saw how much I put on. I mean, I just did a little, let me squish you on there, and there's so much on that. I know it probably doesn't translate. I'm doing this because I know it's going to need a lot. See how it dances? I don't know if you can see that. Let's see if we can zoom in. No. You're not going to get. Maybe just a little bit. I know you can zoom in a little bit more, but it's all dancing and doing fun things. And part of that is because, see, it needs more. Yep, it's going to need more. Part of that is that there's the fluid of the liquid, which is the acetone, and the particles of the shimmer and glimmer and glitter are, there's a weight distribution difference. So the movement of this is, I want to say flow mechanics, but I don't know, my sciencey experts in the room, because I'm not a guru or an expert. I understand enough to be dangerous. Meaning, I know where to stop, so I don't have bad things happen. I know the limits of my limitations. And when someone like me says run, don't ask questions, just run. See, there's a lot. Okay, we'll try and unzoom you out. I forgot. That's why I don't change the settings on things, because then it gets to be where I have it lined up so you guys can see well, and then when I make changes and adjustments, then I have to go back and figure out, okay, where was that? I'm good with technology, but I like things to be simple and easy. Yep. Okay, where was I going? Nope, that's not. Yeah, there's still more glitter. See, I knew it was going to take a bunch to get that off. Okay, so now back to our test. Back to our. We're going to move that. This was our first test, this was our second test, and this is our third test. And the thing is with SheModern, I've noticed these polishes, you do not need much. The first time I tried it was like, oh my god, I put what I would normally do. So in comparison, this is a thicker, stickier, heavier formula that you only need a little bit, whereas the Maniology polishes are more of a and this is not a bad thing. This is not saying that one is better than the other. They just have different purposes, and you need to know what you're using to know you need to know what you're using and what your purpose is, because there's that. So a little bit did stick, a little bit got through, and that's not coming off. But that could just be because there was already polish there, and it was fairly newly polished. Okay, so now we're going to put that image of the diamond glow in the dark on this, and it's sticky, so now we can do our holographic stuff over the top. So basically what the diamond picked up is going to be the glow. Oh, then this is kind of showing through. I can tell with a little bit of the green. Let's hold it up to some light. Oh, and this one is going to work because the... Oh, hey, we discovered something live. So here's something you can do. Oh my god, that's so cool. Can't really tell. It's not picking up so much on the camera, but what I'm seeing is I'm seeing the glow-in-the-dark hue. But can't see it quite so much on the camera, because there's a boatload of light in here, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to film. You'd see nothing if I didn't have anything. I mean, I have literally every light in the house on, and it's daylight. It's just all the light coming in kind of gets sucked out, and when I'm filming, it's kind of like what you guys see if I don't have the camera light on and the ambient room light, everything is just doom and gloom and dark. But I like it that way, because then I don't, too much light and I get migraines. So we like the darkness to live in general. But to do the videos, we have to add extra. So we've done the 2 testings. We figured out this works really well with this as something, you know, like I said, I can't get over how the glitter and the glow, the glow from this and the glitter together is kind of mesmerizing. Ooh. And this is a sticker. It was a lot of polish, and like I said, these polishes, I'm in a high altitude area, so I don't know if that might have something to do with it, but they seem to like want to bloom and expand, if that makes sense. I'm not sure if anybody else has had that experience, but basically I have to be really careful because it wants to come out of the bottle like a volcano kind of situation. So I think it'll be a little bit better as I use them, you know, because this one doesn't seem as poofy as much, because I've used it enough that there's more room in the bottle. And I think that's the thing, is that when I get them, I have to use them enough that then on my different projects, which is fun because I love testing them out, but and I still have a lot, and all these polishes, in my opinion, they go a long way. Don't be afraid to use your polish. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I'm using it sparingly. No, don't. A, it's polish. B, it's, you know, I understand times are tough, and I know, but it's the if you are being a tightwad, then your life is going to be living as a tightwad. If you think of yourself as being frugal, I'm going to be wise with my money, and I'm going to spend on things that have value and meaning that shifts in your mindset how your life changes. So don't be stingy. Don't be a tightwad. Don't be a Scrooge. But like I said, this one, Batty, I've had this one over a year, and I use Batty a lot. And you can see where the line is, because where it sits, where it's liquid, where the polish is this shiny color. And this is the stuff that where it's stuck to the bottle is the darker part up here. So basically on the image of where the Maniology logo is about how much I've used in a year. And I do polish, I do videos on a regular basis. I'm doing testings on a regular basis. I'm doing manis and go, oh, I don't like that, let me take it off and start over. I use my polish a lot, and I have a lot of polish. So I'm pulling from those ones, and I understand if you only have a few, it's like, but as you progress, you won't feel so, I have to use just a little bit, In the Maniology polish, use the polish you need to use to get into the things. In the SheModern polish, this is designed to be sticky, to be used for your images. Yes, this is a stamping polish. This is a stamping polish, but the companies have completely different goals, and you know, and that's fantastic. So far I like the 2 I've got, and my experiences with them have been positive. So I'm thinking, you know, the other polishes I'm going to end up with, I'm going to have good experiences. I don't have bad experiences. I just have, well, okay, this is what you need to know, because the formulas of the polishes are different. So these both are sparkle ones, and shiny, and do different things and have special effects. So we're going to try next time to, I haven't decided which one I'm going to get next. So if anybody has any suggestions, and with SheModern does the polish that you need to cure under the special light, or they have air dry. Maniology is all air dry. I don't have the light, so I'm going to go through the air dry stuff first. And again, if you have a recommendation on a brand or style of a UV light to cure things with, I don't have an extra outlet to be able to plug something in near where I'm able to film. So and I'm not able to film anyplace else because, again, this is strategically placed for a reason. So at this point, if in your recommendations you want to share, hey, you've had experience with this and it works well, I would prefer to have one that is USB rechargeable, that so I can easily charge it someplace else, and then I can use it on my table. It doesn't have to be plugged in. And smaller the better. I need little, tiny, not big, huge, because we're, so something, preferably under $25, because we're trying to be frugal, not Scrooge, but frugal. Anyway, where was I going? So yes, if you have experience with SheModern, and or if you have seen something on SheModern that is an air dry version that you would like me to test out, give me your recommendations or requests, and we'll go from there, because I have trouble deciding. There's so many I want to do next. Anyway, so where was I? I think I'm done. I tested it out. So I used, here's the Born Pretty. Here's the Born Pretty all by itself. This is one I used the polish yesterday in a video, and I was given an example and basically was just kind of going, okay, here's what's on my brush, and was just kind of cleaning off the brush. I wasn't really trying to use the polish, but I was just trying to show how little that you need of this, and that's kind of where I was going. You don't need much of this to, like I said, I only did the one line and it completely went over. On this polish, that would not be enough. And again, that's not a bad thing. It's just the comparisons of how the two are formulated differently, because they have different purposes. And I'm repeating myself again. But anyway, I was just clearing off my brush and it created like a whole thing. I thought, well, hey, we can use it as a sticker. We won't waste it. We'll do something with it. So we covered that one, and I can use that one now for something else I haven't figured out yet what I'm going to do. But then there's that. And then I did a stamp with the two to show you using this under this, because I had the idea of, hey, will it work? This is too much sparkle on my thing, and I really didn't do anything. I just dipped it in there. So I think my issue is I had too much on that. So it did stick. It did pick up a little bit, but it didn't transfer because there's too much powder. So if you need to rub your powder in and have it be a much thinner layer so that this can pick it up. So when I did that the second time, it picked up better, because you can have such a thing as too much. More is not better. In life, use the appropriate amount, and yes, you need to experiment to find out what the appropriate amount is. Start small and increase in what you're doing, and that goes with a lot of things, but there you go. So you need to have just a little bit of the powder in a fine layer, and then this will pick up, and then you will get lovely, lovely results. I mean, to me, that is super cute. And I think basically if I have it under light or when it's more dark, you'll be able to see it better. But, what else can we test? What else can we do? Woo-hoo-hoo! Oh, I have ideas. Sorry. Squirrel. Brain is just like going, this is what you can do. Yeah, my precious, my PT. I've been taking applications for someone who'd like to be my pinky to my brain. And then maybe one day they'll let Grandma take over the world. And we'll all be happy. Because I say that in jest, but in truth, I'd like to be able to be in a position where I could help humanity to be the best that we could be. Because, I don't know, there's all this animosity and anger and darkness out there that we're going to be our own demise if we're not careful. So this is why I encourage everybody to be the best human you can be. And I understand there's a lot of people out there that don't make it easy. I've experienced them that no matter what you do, they're never going to be happy because they are so entrenched in their misery. They just want you to join them in their misery. And you can't do them any good by joining them because then now you're miserable and the two of you are just But this is why I say the world needs more love. You cannot fight misery and anger with misery and anger. I mean, yeah, the phrase is fight fire with fire. That works when you have a fire outbreak on land. That does not work with people. So you can only fight anger and animosity and rudeness with care, empathy, understanding, and love. You got to show people kindness to take them out of their moment of, hey, I'm pissed off. Okay, so why are you pissed off? What can we do? So the answer to that question for most people is they want to be heard. Just my opinion, I think they're stuck in their anger and animosity because something happened and they did not feel like their opinion or situation was heard, that anybody truly understood and had empathy for them and said, oh, I'm so sorry, or let me make that right. And they just kind of, because I've been there where something goes wrong and then you're talking to like 5 people and you just have to keep re-explaining it over and over again and nobody gets it, and you go, I'm using words, why can't you? But anyway, that frustration is real. And then when you stay in that level, that place of frustration all the time, you just become very angry and entrenched. So be kind. As kind as you possibly can with the people that you encounter. And the people that you encounter that are nice and caring and do a great job, tell them. Tell them they did a great job. Thank them for what they did. Because we see service people and we say thank you for your service because they are giving up for them doing their job. They are making potentially the ultimate sacrifice. So we say thank you for your service because they are providing something that is a necessary service. But we should be saying that to everybody. The bus driver, the trash collector, the cashier at the counter, they're all providing service, and nobody pays attention to the water delivery guy who's schlepping these heavy bottles of things and replacing the water so you can go and just push the little button and have something cool to drink. Be appreciative of the people around you and say thank you for the good jobs that they do. And thank you to SheModern for giving me the opportunity to be able to share with you their lovely products. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I feel so blessed to be able to do that. To be an ambassador for these wonderful companies and share all the things I find, because these other companies that are allowing me to be an ambassador are helping me to find other products to share with you so we can have pretty nails, because that's about, the pretty nails are about self-care and self-expression and doing something for ourselves that is a personal level of helping us to be better on the inside, to feel better on the inside because we look better on the outside. You don't need validation from the people on the outside to tell you that you're better, but it's nice to hear. We all want to fit in and be a part of the group collective, So we like to hear nice things about ourselves. There you go. That's the human condition. So no, I don't want to take over the world and make things in my own vision. I would just like to be in a situation where I could have the power and ability to help other people to find what would make things better. I have a lot of ideas on a lot of solutions. I've been around watching all the elections for a lot of years, and they keep doing the same stuff. It doesn't matter who you elect, which side or the other. They all keep following the same playbook. And, well, there's that phrase that I was telling my kids 35 years ago. You know, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result is the definition of insanity. Because if you did it once and it didn't work, why would you do it again? Well, okay, I understand in testing and things, which is why I do that to some degree. You test things to see, you know, what your results. But by the time you get to the third time and it's giving you the same result, we're pretty safe to say, hey, we're going to get the same result. Do something different in the testing. Make the adjustments. That's why I make the adjustments. But again, we haven't figured out as a people how to do something differently. You got to look at the problem and figure out what else can we do differently so that we are not our own worst enemies. And, well, as people, we've become our own worst enemies and being very critical towards ourselves internally, so that then externally all the bad stuff coming at us, it just sticks like this sticky polish that really sticks. That's really, 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 really sticky. And that's a really, really, really good thing. Which means because it's really, really sticky, you need to allow more time for your mani to dry, because it's really, 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 really sticky. There you go. Anyway, I'll get off my soapbox. If you made it to this point, I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm in a loopy day. I appreciate all of you. Thank you for those who have subscribed or followed or liked or commented. You do me a great thing by helping me to know that the track I'm on and the things I'm doing are the things you want to see. So if there's something specific you want, let me know. I do have a few requests I'm working on, and they're on the list, and I will be getting to all of those. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.